welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining. So today I'm doing something pretty cool. I think I start out with that every time, but I swear the content is super cool, in my opinion. So what I'm gonna do today is Chicago brands, like Chicago designer brands, like local boutiques type of a thing, but urban edition. And so these are places that I go to, and I have a few more bits than I'm going to show you today, but for some reason in that chaotic closet of mine, I can't find a doggone thing. So we're going to do a few limited pieces, but you'll get the gist of it. I'll link all of the brands down below, and I hope that you guys venture out and go and visit these places, because they, to me, I mean, I wouldn't have them if I didn't like them, but they're pretty cool brands. So I am going to go ahead and get started, but before I do, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It's that red subscribe right down there. And if you've already subscribed, hit that bell button, then you get a notification every time I put out a new video. And I think you want to know that because you wouldn't have subscribed. So we're going to go ahead and ignore the bedhead going on at the moment. We're going to go ahead and get started. The first brand I want to talk about is one that is somewhat personal to me. This one was created by a young man here in Chicago named Alonzo Jackson, and we've known each other since high school. And the name of the brand is called Fashion Geek. Now this is a brand that comes from a guy who just hustled hard as heck. Not a fashion designer by trade, didn't go to school for fashion, but just loved fashion and loved his city. And he came up with some really cool and unique fashions that we all buy into. Not just people in Chicago, people all over the world, and even some brands that you might recognize. They've done partnerships with him. Puma, for one, is like the most notable one, or the most recent one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. I wore this specific shirt when I went to a fashion convention in Vegas a few weeks ago, and I had no idea that it would get as much attention as it did. But this simple t-shirt with these basic letters, very Google-esque, but these basic colors caught so much attention, and the fact that it just says geek on here was very simple, to the point, very good message. I wore this look to Vegas and got so many compliments, so many questions, so much attention. So I guess if you're seeking attention, wear some Fashion Geek. But I didn't realize that it was that recognized way out in Vegas until I put it on. Little secret, I did end up picking this up in a children's size. I found that for a woman's body, the children's sizes or the kids' sizes fit better, but then that could also mean because I am shaped like a boy up top, that's why it fit. So this particular t-shirt is in a size small 6'7", like a kid's, literal kid 6'7", and it fit me well. It fit like a woman's, like cute women's, like a tailored crop type of a tee. Not even cropped, it was long enough for me to tuck in. The next one is a pretty cool brand. I have known about this brand for a long time, and they've recently opened a shop near where I live in Chicago, and that's when I started to shop in this store, when it became a little bit more local for me. So this one is Sir and Madam. And the piece I'm going to show you here is a sweatshirt. This has to be, hands down, by far, the comfiest sweatshirt that I have. And I'm glad that it looks a bit stylish. And I hope they don't, they're not offended by me making this reference, but this reminds me of Balmain, how they've styled this emblem on the front of it. And so I've been able to replicate a few Balmain styles using this sweatshirt. So I've done it with skirts. I've dressed this up, as a matter of fact, with heels and skirts. And then I dress it down sometimes. I've done it with, you know, obviously with jeans and sweats and shorts. I've done it with quite a few different looks and just try to push the envelope with how I wear sweatshirts. And it's all because of the styling of the front of it. Just a regular sweatshirt didn't do it for me with what I was trying to accomplish. But the fact that they put this emblem with the classy, you know, umbrella and top hat, it made it seem like a piece that I could style up. So anyway, Sir and Madam is local to Chicago. I will link their shop below as well. I would say check them out. They have some pretty cool, unique pieces. The next one is more of a ethical, heartstring tugging, for me, type of a place. And this one is the Silver Room. Silver Room has been in Chicago for quite some time, but they are so community focused, it's sickening. It is amazing the work that they do over at the Silver Room. They're always opening their doors to the community, working hard to uplift the people of Chicago. And I can't help but shop in this store. Even if I didn't like the things in that store, I would shop in this store simply because of the message and their mission. So the couple of pieces I'm going to show you today are a couple of t-shirts. And I've talked about this before. House music is not just music, it's a way of life. The same thing that people say about hip hop is what I'm saying about house music. It's all about light, love, positivity, uplift, and I'm about all of that. So anytime I can pick up something that represents the fact that I am all about house music, I do. Most of the things that are in the Silver Room are personally curated by the folks who run the store and own the store and bring in mostly things that are local brands, local designers. And again, part of that whole community uplift thing, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. This one is a play on Naughty by Nature, the music band, but this is Chicago by Nature. Another tee that, again, anything that links me back to my hometown, Chicago, I'm all about it. If you go back through all of my videos, a lot of them will talk about either my city or my heritage or the things that I love, like house music or fashion, things like that, dancing. You will find all of that mostly on the tees that I wear. Well, today I have on a Voltron tee. This is really just telling you how old I am. The next one is yet another personal brand to me. I've known the owner of this brand since high school as well, but he has a brand here. Again, another person that is not from fashion, did not go to school for fashion, not trained in fashion, but just had an eye and a love for it and a love for their city and just wanted to do something positive and great for their city. So this one is Fly Authentic Fashion, and you'll see it you know, labeled as FAF on most of their items. But every time I wear this tank, I do get a lot of questions and compliments around where I got it and where it's from. But Fly Authentic Fashion speaks to me because I always reference being fly, and fly is whatever you make it. When someone tells you you're fly or you tell someone to be fly, it's always, to me, representative of your personal style. So fly is whatever you make it, and authentic is being true to yourself, organic, not being somebody else, not trying to be somebody else or something else. And then fashion to the core, defining, you know, who you represent yourself to be out to the world with what you're wearing, how you style it, how you put it together, how you let it hang off your body. Love all of that. Love everything about fashion, as you can see. And Fly Authentic Fashion, those three words together, I love it. The last one is Leaders, and I think that, again, this is another brand that is making its mark all around the world. Very similar to, you know, Fashion Geek. It has that brand recognition, but I absolutely love Leaders and some of the partnerships that they do. There's another shirt that I've worn on one of these videos that had the Haitian flag on there, and it talked about the revolution in the artwork. Love that t-shirt. This one here is pretty cool. It has, you know, animal print, which is going to be hot for fall this year. And I've bought some pieces for my family members as well. So I'm like spreading the love with Leaders brand. And again, it's just like lead, don't follow. And I love that message. Like being a leader in your community, being a leader in your lane, in your space, above and beyond. I absolutely love that message. Being a revolutionary is all what I'm about. Even though the steps that I take towards being a leader and a revolutionary are, in my opinion, quite small, but a little drop. Let's say a little drop can break a rock. A little drop every day can eventually break a rock. How does that go? Okay, I don't remember the quote, but I feel like it's by Richard Babson. A drop of water can eventually break a stone. Oh my gosh. Anyway, like that. That's how I imagine myself. I just chip away at stuff until it makes an impact in my own space. And I think that's leadership as well. So anyway, the message of these tees resonates with me. The styling that they have is pretty cool. They stay authentic to who they are. They stay in Chicago. So I would recommend definitely checking out this brand if you haven't already. So that brings me to the end, folks. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want to follow me to see how I style these things, go to my Instagram. List that right there for you. So again, thanks for joining, and bye.